Oh my God, you guys. I watched Dance Moms A New Era, so you don't have to. So I'm not gonna lie, I've been watching every single episode of this. And me and my best friend Kaylee have been tuning in on Amazon Prime, and we've been just watching every single episode together. Like, not physically together, she's at her house, I'm at mine, and we'll just watch them together and like commentary over Facebook Messenger the entire time. And I've just gotta say that this is not the OG Dance Moms, that's for sure. I did make a video about Dance Moms A New Era a couple months back. I feel like I'd only watched the first two episodes. So basically why I'm so behind is because I live in Canada and they didn't release it on any of our major streaming platforms. So they're just releasing it now, one episode at a time on Amazon Prime. Finally, I'm aware it's been released in the United States probably like forever now at this point. But I watched the entire first season, so you don't have to. And honestly, they got renewed for a second season. So somebody must like this show, or just like Beast Games on Amazon Prime. I'm just like, I don't know how they're making any money off of this, but somebody's paying for it. Somebody is funding this show, and I guess that's all that matters. But let's get into it. So overall, this show just doesn't have that magic. It doesn't have that connection like the original one does. And I'm an investigative journalist. No, I'm not. But like, I gave this show an honest try. I gave it a whole season. I watched the whole season. I was like, okay, let's see if this gets any better. Let's see if we develop any kind of rapport with the dancers. See if I actually like anybody by the end of the season. And I've got to say, like, at the end of even just like right off the bat from the first episode, there's this one dancer called, her name is Ashlyn. She's giving like JoJo Siwa. She's giving like the whiny, bratty, popular kid from every like cartoon. I don't know. She has like a crying meltdown in pretty much every 5 minutes. I would say in every episode, but it's pretty much every 5 minutes. But she's the most likable. Like, she's queen. She's a diva. Love her the most. Now, I'm not gonna lie. By the end of one season, I don't even know all of the dancers. I'm like, wait, there's a dancer named Lily on this team? Like, I don't know if it's the filming. I don't know if it's the girls themselves. I don't know if it's just that I'm not as invested in this series as I was in the original, but I'm like, in the original, I was invested. Like, we were watching, my friend Miranda and I were watching the original Dance Moms and like making beaded like Team Chloe bracelets like after 2 episodes. So I'm like, okay, we were invested from the very beginning in the original. I don't know what it is about this team, but like, I'm not invested, and I'm certainly not invested in Glow Hampton, I think is her name. And the studio got shut down, I guess, Studio Blue. And I'm like, damn, this economy must be like in hard times if Studio Blue got shut down, because wasn't that one of like the top dance studios in the United States? That was Abby's #1 competitor for a while there. I'm genuinely confused what happened there, and also the fact that they've continued to have Dance Moms A New Era be renewed for another season, but the studio closed down. At the very beginning of this new season, you're watching and you find out the Glow is just a coach. I thought that she was the owner of Studio Blue, but apparently she's not. She's just a coach there. Some other lady owns the studio, and yeah, Glow is living in the basement of Audrina. I think that's her name. I don't know. I watched a whole season and I'm like, what is the name of these dancers? I don't know. But Glow lives in the basement of one of the dancers and her mom. So that was the plot for Glow, but she's just not compelling. Like, she's not polarizing in the same way that Abby is. Not that she's like a super nice, like, I don't know, she's nice enough, I guess. She's not like really mean. I don't know, she's just not polarizing. She's just like mid. But anyways, aside from her, it's the moms and the kids where there's just no like natural chemistry, but more so there's nothing that really draws you in to be like rooting for them. There's this one mom on the team that is like befuddling. She is bewildering to me. Like, I can't understand. So there's this one girl that's a pretty good dancer for her age on the team. Her name is Mina, and she has this mom, Min. and they had a child, another child, like they had a son, and he passed away. Now, Min says on the show that her parents call and she talks to her parents all the time, and she won't tell her parents that her son passed away. And so they just have conversations about him, and her parents ask, and they just check in, and she talks as if everything is fine. And I'm like, is this woman cuckoo for flippin' Cocoa Pebble Pops? Like, that is the most insane thing that I've ever heard in my life. So that was crazy. But does that like draw me in and make me want to know her? No, that makes me want to keep my distance. That was like, what? And then there's this other mom, Roxy. I don't even remember who she's the mom of. Who's Bellatrix? But she is like crazy. Like, if you think of Asia's mom from the original Dance Moms, she's kind of like her energy, crossed with like Leslie, crossed with like just like a screaming psychotic person that is about to be locked up in like the slammer overnight. Like, she is intense, but like it feels so forced. Like, she takes things to like 150, like from 0 to 150 over absolutely nothing. So I'm like, it's just grating. It's so annoying. It's like, oh my God, I would never want to be around this person. She's so exhausting. So there's that. The dancers are not incredibly memorable to me. There's this dancer named Audrey who is a great dancer. Not like, there's nothing about any of them that really like stood out to me that I was like rooting for them or like, wow, this kid is like a prodigy or anything like that. They're just pretty run of the mill, good competitive dancers for the most part. And then they get this girl, Gina, who comes in towards like the middle end of the season. And she's so good. Like, her technique is so good. And of course, all of the moms hate her, and they're just trying to like replay and like regurgitate all of the same plot lines that they had in the original Dance Moms. Like, if you watch the original Dance Moms and then you watch this series, you're just going to be rolling your eyes all the time because they're just regurgitating the exact same crap over and over and over and over again. Like, the same fights between the moms, they're regurgitating the same plot lines between the kids. It's just, it's annoying. Like, it feels overly produced. It just doesn't have that authenticity that the original one did. But this Gina that comes in, she is a great dancer, like all-around dancer. She is a great technical dancer. She looks like she probably spends most of her time in a ballet school, I would assume. Like, she's like a head and shoulders above the rest of the other dancers, technically, in my opinion. The rest of the dancers are like, overall, like, they're good in like every style, but nobody's like standout amazing in my opinion. There was nobody in that team, and I watched an entire season, that was like incredible. I have seen some solos and stuff that I thought were really good that were posted on YouTube that are coming up in this next season, in season 2, but aside from that, nothing really blew me away. There was nothing too memorable. Most of the group dances were incredibly sloppy. Most of the performances in general were just like, okay, that wouldn't have even placed in the competitions for the original Dance Moms, which is confusing to me because every time we saw Studio Blue dance on Dance Moms, their solos were like impeccable. Like, Kaylee Ware, is that her last name, is the daughter of Glow Hampton, and she was an incredible dancer, and she's trained by Glow. But I'm like, I don't know who these kids are on this team. None of the moms are likable, in my opinion, like, at all. Like, I don't like any of them at all. Yeah. I'm like, thinking about that, I'm like, yeah, no, none of them I'm like, oh, I'd want to like interview her, like get to know her. Like, no, not at all. Not compelling, not likable, not funny. And then the kids, I mean, like, I'm rooting for you, but some of them I'm like, yeah, I couldn't tell you anything about them. Technique wise, Audrey stands out. She's pretty good. The rest of them are like, meh. Ashlyn is a like over the top kind of performer. She's good, pretty good. Definitely needs a lot of work on her technique. I've reacted to her on my channel here already. But yeah, overall, just very mid. I still am watching it with my friend Kaylee. We're still gonna watch like the second season, I'm sure. But overall, do I recommend it? Definitely not. It's not as controversial as the original, I would say. Like, nothing I don't feel like has happened that I'm like, that is so crazy, insane. This show should be banned from TV forever. But I don't know. I guess that's the sacrifice. Once you get rid of that extreme polarization from the original one, then you get this lukewarm, nobody really wants to watch, or I guess somebody's watching because they're getting a second season. But that is about it from me for this video. If you've been watching this new Dance Moms New Era, let me know down in the comments what your opinions are. Probably could be very, very different from mine, but as a longtime Dance Moms fan and somebody that watched like all of the other regurgitations and what would you call it, spin-offs, like I watched Abby's Studio Rescue, Abby's Ultimate Dance Competition, I watched Dance Moms Miami, all that. This is the worst one, so keep that in mind, in my opinion. But anyways, that is it for me. Thank you to all of my patrons for supporting my channel. If you like honest videos like this, definitely let me know down in the comments below. Subscribe to my channel if you are still here and you haven't done that already. I love you guys so much, and as always, make sure to be weird, be wild, and stay sparkly. And yeah, check out my Patreon if you want to support the channel. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye!